Welcome to another episode of the Read Pile. Today I'm talking about Aliens Dead Orbit from James Stokoe. I think this is one of the final Aliens series that Dark Horse put out. I have taken off the dust jacket, but look at this. I mean, this is the back cover. And this is, I think, less disgusting than the scene as it happens in the story itself. Because at the time, this character has no skin. It's horrifying. But on the jacket, we've got 5 stars, 5 stars. We've got 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, another 5 out of 5, grade A. It's high praise, and I'm saying justified. This series is phenomenal. So, Stokoe is a guy that I've known for 20 years. I wish that we were honestly closer than we currently are, but we're both not the greatest at reaching out. Anyway, I read this as it came out, the 4-issue series. I don't remember how many years ago. I should say here in the inside. I guess it says here in 2019. And I knew immediately that I needed to own this as a hardcover. I'm so glad that it's oversized. If you can't tell, this is quite large. But it really shows off the art, I think, incredibly well. Now, this is told slightly out of time. There's a bit of a framing device as far as things happening in the present versus things happening in flashback. It's told in the story with some subtlety, mainly from this countdown clock. It's not called out in text boxes, so you need to pay a slight amount of attention to it. Otherwise, the story is very straightforward. It's probably familiar to anyone that has... There you can see. As I was saying, it's probably familiar to anyone that has seen or read an Aliens story. So, there's a group of people, you introduce an alien, everything goes wrong, and there's a slow trickle of death as the aliens do their thing. But in this, the characters are well fleshed out. You know who everyone is, what they're doing, what their motivations are, and then you introduce the wild card of Xenomorphs, and just starts happening. In this particular case, there is a space station, and there is a ship, and the people on the space station go to the ship when they can't get a response after signaling. Look. Oh, it's so gross. So gross. And also just gorgeous. I mean, the art is incredible. He's such a talent. Oh my god. Disgusting. It's frankly amazing. I mean, this series, if you have not read it, highly recommend it. At the back of this, there are covers from both Stokoe and variants, and there's one I particularly enjoy. This one here from Albuquerque. It's just stunning. I wish I had this on my wall, frankly. But we've got Jeff Darrow over here, and I love this. And there's this thing up there. Also love it. This to me seems particularly Giger-esque. But also, what's new in this is at the back here is, well, these are sketches. These are inks from, honestly, the final confrontation. But after this, we get this sequence here, which is, as described down here, the original pitch to Dark Horse about doing an Aliens series. So I don't remember how many pages total this is, but well, here's black and white version of the scene I showed off of a couple minutes ago. And then here's more of the continuation of that original pitch. And this, I love this panel, this sequence. This panel in particular, just the swarm climbing over themselves, every angle. It's He says in the notes that this is his favorite page. It's also quite good. But this is a very different story than what ultimately gets published, and he talks a little bit about that as well. So this is more action-oriented, more like the Aliens movie, rather than smaller cast, more claustrophobic, which is another word that he uses to describe it. The final version of Dead Orbit. But if you have not read it, highly recommend it. I cannot recommend it enough. It's tense, it's tight, it's very well paced. The art is gorgeous. He's not just a talented artist, but he is also an incredible writer. If you have not checked out Half Century War, which I will praise. I haven't filmed it yet, but it should have come out. That video should have come out a month ago. And then Orc Stain, which I've been wanting to do for, I don't know, since I started the channel. I've wanted to talk about Orc Stain. If you're not familiar, check out the work of James Stokoe. There's not a plethora of content, but what is out there is all incredible.